Okay, so you probably saw the original prototype plate. Um, yeah, it has a dials on it, but it has these little. I'll show you the difference.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And I saw this like female angelic being on its left, so it was really connected, and it's really giving off a lot of energy, and was almost like transported to a different dimension with a deep indigo color to it, and at the same time, I would say it's definitely operating on the manifestation plane, like fifth dimension, definitely fourth dimension. But it's definitely it feels like it's a higher being, but it's come down somehow, and
Sorry, it seems like it's a higher being that has come down.
yeah, it's almost like it's like I would say it's a seventh dimension. It just feels like it's a higher being, right?
Yeah.
But it was operating in a lower dimension, a fifth, fourth dimension.
Okay. Yeah.
To get, because we're in the third dimension, right?
Yeah.
So it's doing work at that level, and very strong energy emanating from it. So got a feeling. I told Laurie, I got like 100. Yeah, 92%.
92% what?
Upon 100, like the energy was very, very attuned and was set up to do what it's supposed to do, like manifestation, getting stuff out there, and very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess you could call it a very, very modernized mechanical prayer machine.
Prayer machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer prayer machine.
No, that makes sense actually.
Yeah. Because wish machine means I'm wishful.
Exactly.
Thinking, right?
Yeah.
So I felt like it was a lot stronger. That's why it's more than a wishing machine.
Yeah.
It felt more like a prayer.
Yeah.
And it was going to definitely a connected angel or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That angel was like somebody who's going to take it to that receiving center and then get it done.
Yeah.
So that's what I got from it. So I was really interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you open this one right here. That one. This is the new
one.
That's the completed version. Yeah. Now you'll see. It's a lot lighter and a lot fluffier, cleaner energy.
Okay.
And this part's different in there.
Yeah, it looks different.
Yeah. Yeah. So take a look at that. Feel the vibes from there.
Yeah, it's a lot. Oh gosh, how does it? It's like it feels like you have two dimensions overlapping, and it's in that space in between.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's definitely a lot better. Yeah, it's a lot stronger than the first one. That one was almost like raw energy. This is more refined.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, well said.
Yeah, and this one feels a lot more. Like you've got that. Almost like those old ships where they have this thing where they communicate with the bridge, right? This one feels like it's directly to heaven, that kind of stuff. So you blow and then it goes straight up there, and wow, I'm getting lots of goosebumps. Yeah.
Wow.
And the moment I picked it up, initially I actually saw 3 angelic beings, but it kind of like one was really strong, and then it gets kind of like not fainter, but not as clear.
More less dense, more.
Yeah, that's right. Better word for it. Yeah, it's almost like she's in this dimension. I definitely can see her, and then there are gateways, and then I see 1, 2. But I get the feeling it goes further, and in every one of them, you have somebody sitting in it, and they're all angelic, very angelic being. Again, it's very feminine, but less so, more balanced being, more male-female balanced energy.
Yeah.
A lot of white. I almost want to say I hear a chime.
You hear a sound?
a sound, a chime, or
Chime.
like
Yep.
that kind of a high bell-like frequency and voices, yeah, but more angelic voices. Not singing, but more talking. Yeah. Again, I see the those galaxy stuff and all that, but it's not so much like boom out there now. It's more like I'm definitely here. This is where I am, and from here I work. That kind of feeling. Before it felt like this one feels more like this is my location. Yeah, like a command post, I guess you can call it.
Yeah, very interesting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll just
how do you work it though?
Okay.
I like
I'll
that.
show you. Okay, I'm not sure if you've
Because
seen.
Laurie didn't really get into that. We just talk a little bit about.
Sure, I'll just show you a couple of things here first.
I get this one is like 95 to 97
Nice.
on 100.
Out of what? Like what is the scale you're using? Like out of
100.
100 of what? 100 what?
What I'm getting, like something like a message that's very clear.
Okay.
Really, really clear. Obviously, spot on is 100%. Right?
Okay.
So I'm getting like 95 to 97. That's how accurate this is.
How accurate of what? Of how much?
What's the purpose?
Okay.
Okay, the purpose, the goal of this.
Yes.
You're like 95, 97% spot on. Previous one was 92. That was really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Right. This is like you've honed it to the point that it's like, yep.
So this performing its function is about 95, 97% is
That's
what you're saying.
I get. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Now this is the new like pocket manifestation plate, which you can carry around with you, and it does work. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It doesn't have any dials though.
Okay.
However, carrying this big plate around is a little cumbersome, right?
Yeah.
Having the little one, basically, again, like a prayer, command energy to do whatever. And
do you notice any step down in energy as compared to the bigger one?
I haven't really experimented with it much. However, I can't say I notice a difference because I haven't really sat down to analyze the difference.
Okay.
I do know that this is a little more fine-tuned because you have the dials and you have the ability to actually put objects on here or put pictures or whatever you want. This it will achieve the same thing, but it has less functionality than the big one. And it's smaller, it's a little more portable. This one you can actually sit there and actually tune something in, like tune it in with the dial and have something energize or do whatever for an indefinite amount of time.
Okay.
Whereas that one
doesn't have.
You don't have that, so your mind needs to be continually on whatever you're doing.
I see.
Whereas this one you can let it sit and do whatever it wants for a long time.
Okay.
But,
so like this is the goal. Is that the goal, or is that the goal?
This is your desire would go here, and this is where you'd want it to go if you had a target per se. Like let's just say you had a picture of you wanted to send your grandmother some recovery or repair energies.
Oh, okay.
So you'd put a picture of your grandmother here, or a piece of hair, or
like for example, if it's for business, let's say.
For business.
You have your goal, so here it is. So I would have my hair, basically.
No, you don't have. If you're using the board,
okay,
you do not need to put any sample of yourself on the board.
Okay.
Because it knows who it's dealing with.
Wow. Okay.
However,
so it recognizes the owner. Basically.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. However, if you are doing some work on someone else, then having a picture, however, you don't need that. All you need to do is think about them. Okay. However, not everyone is at that point where they're able to clearly visualize or think about someone clearly. So they may want to use a sample, like a picture or whatever it is, and the picture or target would go right here on a target. Whereas the desire would go here. Let's just say that the person is having some issues with they're not feeling well for whatever reason, and you want to send what you would call like how you said a prayer or some energies that are for recovery or remission energies. Then you'd put the intent here, written on a piece of paper,
and then just
or an actual vial of certain energies, or maybe some vitamin C or something you put there, and a picture of them here, or hair, or some sample of a target, and those energies would go there like immediately.
Right.
I also found that putting a person's name and date, birth date, so first name, middle name, last name, and birth date also works for a target as well, or even for yourself as well.
So like, did you notice like something more tangible, like within how period of time, how much time have you seen results?
I've seen results literally in about between 5 seconds. I've seen results. I was at a restaurant with a friend of mine the other day who was purchasing a board, and he had put a manifestation, a request on the board.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know he was doing that.
Okay.
And then maybe about just after he did that, maybe like a few seconds later, he asked me a question about houses, building off-the-grid houses and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I mentioned to him, well, he wanted to find out more information about it. He wanted to find out how to do that. Okay. And right after he told me about that, I know someone who's doing that right now and is setting that up right now, and I told him about that right then and there. I said, well, this is how you can get a hold of this guy, and he's like, wow, like I just asked a question like 5 seconds ago, and here it is, boom, he's got the answer.
Yeah.
But that's just, that could be very general as far as not very specific. Typically in about 1 minute, people feel energy, something stirring up. I have some video documentation of a girl about 3 days ago who we put 2 pendants on here, and I got her to touch this right here. So I locked her energy in here. I put 2 pendants here, and in about 1 minute, we both could feel really something strange happening. And it wasn't just her; I could feel it in the room as well. And we actually started to hear a high pitched frequency in our ears, and both of our visions got very crisp. I felt like I just ran a marathon. She felt like she was in another time zone. And she said she felt it in about 2 minutes. She said right away, like she could feel something was not normal.
Wow.
I had a lady.
I'm getting high actually, just to let you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I had a lady who had put a manifestation out for abundance.
Okay.
And she had bought a car for about $10,000 about 3 weeks earlier. And after she put the manifestation out for abundance, she got a call from her bank about 2 hours later, offering her a line of credit for $10,000, which is the same amount of money she had spent on the car.
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I'm getting high. It's really interesting when I put my right hand on it. I was told to put my left, and I instantly felt a very strong connection.
I can feel that as well.
Okay.
As soon as you put your hand on there as well, it was it's like it completed a circuit.
Yeah, that's right. And
I've never even thought of doing that personally.
Yeah, because I was told to put my hands like that, and I don't know about you. I keep seeing something like that, and it's just spinning away, and I keep hearing this. Unless I'm hearing something. I hear a buzz.
Yeah, I told you. That's the buzz. That's the buzz, man.
It's almost like I say a chime.
Yeah.
But it's almost like there's a buzz, but behind it there's almost like.
Yeah. You know what myself and that woman had thought it was, not thought it was, but it almost sounded like when you walk into a house and it's completely quiet, and the TV's on in another room, but there's no volume, but the high pitch, the supersonic frequency of a TV on. That's almost what it was like. And we're like, what, can you hear that? She's like, yeah. It's like I can hear some high pitched something going on.
And I'm getting very, very very high vibration.
Yeah.
My cells are just going.
Yeah, my body feels like it's vibrating as well.
Yeah. I'm seeing someone here. I don't know if you can see her. She's saying something, but I can't catch what she's saying. right here, and she's just absolutely white, like beam, a light beam.
Yeah.
She's just, I don't know what she's saying. Let's see.
What I'm feeling is my throat.
Okay.
I hear tickling. I'm not sensing that being that you're talking about at this moment. However, there is a sense of quietness, like the mind quieting down, though.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you mind telling us your name and what you do, what your experience is, or what you practice, or the modalities?
I'm James, and I do holistic energy work, which is basically Reiki and the healing energies, and I also do reflexology, and I also teach Reiki and stuff too. So I run healing circles and meditation. So that's what I do.
How long have you been doing this for?
Oh gosh, over 6 years.
6 years? Okay.
Yeah. Over 6 years. Yeah. Cool. This is pretty neat. Yeah. What did I pick up from this one? I picked up a lot of clearing. Yeah. I remember a lot of clearing. Well, before you can manifest, you have to clear stuff, right?
Yes.
So that's what I got, and we had them on the ground during the session. So this one felt a lot more connected with the earth plane. That one definitely went way out there.
Yeah.
And those who were sitting close to that one just felt like they were out, right? While those who were sitting closer to this one, I think they felt a lot more grounded, a lot more clear by what was going on. Yeah, cool. So you were saying this two come?
That's
different.
That's an accessory to this, and however, now this can't be measured in a linear sense. But people ask me, how much more does the amplifier amplify this board right here? Even though it cannot be measured in a linear sense, if I was to put it into linear terms, it'd be about 97 million times more powerful than a plate. So
you just set it in the corner like that?
Yeah, anywhere. No.
You don't even have to put on.
No, on the plate.
So there's no need to connect the two.
Well, there will be. I have these little holographic patches that will have a serial number that will put here, and I'll put the same patch here with the serial number, so it makes a quantum connection. Okay. And so the board itself, again, it's not in a linear sense. It's non-linear. But if I was to put it in linear terms, it amplifies your thoughts about 15,000 times. This amplifies that. It's about 6,500 times more than this. So 6,500 times 15,000 is 97.5 million or whatever.
Right.
However, this works fine just by itself. I mean, this is.
But how do you you have you neutralize on?
Sure. Yes. So. First thing we want to do is have the board, when you're not using it, on neutralize, okay? And on zero. Okay. And that just keeps any intent of any previous session or intent that you were working on it clear of the board. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that it's that if you put some vitamins or crystals on here, it's going to neutralize the crystals or whatever. It just means it's just keeping the intent off the board.
So you don't want to mix the two, or
like for example, for example, if you're doing one thing and then you stop that and go to another thing, it's not compounding those intents. So when you want to start a session, let's go to off, okay? And
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I actually felt you go through it.
Yeah.
The lines. Wow. Okay.
Okay. And another thing is, let's just say you're working, you're doing a session, okay, and you quickly want to clear the energy to do another session really quickly. So what you do is you put it on right there, and you just press the button.
Oh.
And that just
Clears it off.
Instantly. And then go back to off, and now you're ready for a new session.
I see, okay.
Okay.
So this is like the neutralize, whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
This is that, this,
Instant quick flash.
Yeah, just boom.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now it's on.
Okay.
And this is the powering or whatever?
Yeah, these are all different vortexes and filters and all sorts of stuff. A lot of it, is safeguarding from negative energies and all sorts of stuff. Right. Okay.
And then this one here.
This is which kind of looks like a compass sort of thing with the north, south, east, west. This is the quantum link dial. So let's just say, for example, here, let's take some water here.
Okay.
PG water, some of the best water, by the way.
Okay.
All right. So let's say I want to take let's get this into a little. There we go. Okay. So let's say I want to take the energy from this light body activator.
Okay.
And I want to input that energy in to this water here.
Okay.
So what I'll get you to do is I'll get you to put your one hand here, on the rubbing plate right there.
Okay.
And the other hand on the dial here.
Okay.
And I want you to take 3 fingers on the rubbing plate, just like that, just like I'm doing, 3 fingers.
Okay.
And just
hold this?
Yeah, and just slowly start to rub your fingers.
Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
It doesn't matter. Whichever way feels more natural to you. Put a little pressure on it.
Okay.
Okay, just sort of like a nice little slide. Okay, a little faster. Like a little wider and faster. There you go. Okay. Now keep on turning the dial until your fingers stick and will not go anymore. Just keep. Is it stuck?
Yeah.
Okay. Now leave it. Now that is where the quantum link is made between what you're sending and where it's going. Right here.
Okay.
So just let it go. You're kind of okay. Now.
So do you lock?
No, lock only when you're done.
Okay.
Now, I can feel a building of energy.
Okay.
Right now, and the energy is moving here.
It's almost like a very light purplish haze to it. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely climbing.
Yeah, I can actually feel.
Yeah, it's like. Wow, I'm getting high again. Okay. How long was it? 5-10 seconds?
Yeah, about there. 15 seconds now.
Yeah. It's definitely,
Now, yeah, I see that you have the intensity on full already.
Yeah. Okay. I would probably say it on full if I wanted to do stuff, right? So.
I found like each 30 seconds or so, I can just feel it incrementally getting stronger. Actually, my arm is kind of not hurting, but it feels funny.
I definitely feel like I'm getting numb in my face.
Yeah, my hands and arms.
It's like tasting metallic, so I know like the energy is really climbing, and right here there's a column going through me, so I know that. The energy is really built up solid, like a core. Yeah. It's starting to turn white and it's humming now, so it's more or less good to go, I think.
Yeah. So you can just put your hand where that lock is there.
Okay.
Right there, and just kind of rub it until your fingers just stick. Just real hard. Just rub it hard. Just quick push hard.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that locks the energy in here.
Okay. Yeah, there was a.
Yeah. So now you can put something on here and don't lock it and let it sit here on your tuner dial.
Okay.
For hours, days, weeks, months, whatever, right?
Okay.
And it's continually sending the energy over to it.
Sweet.
So now the board's not actually sending energy, as in it's leaving the board.
Sorry.
The board is not sending energy, as in going from one place to another.
Right.
It literally tells the universe through quantum entanglement where the coordinates are to do whatever. It's almost like it's communicating with cosmic consciousness, instantly saying, here, do this here.
Command center.
Command center. Exactly.
It's not the source, but it taps into the source and tells it to go there.
Exactly.
And do the stuff and whatever it is.
And then the source does it from that location.
Because the source actually doesn't need to reason. This does the reasoning.
Exactly.
The source is the source.
Yes, the source is the source, and this just tells the source. Exactly.
Infinite energy, and you just tell, hey, we want it to go there, and this is where you send it. It just goes there, does what it does, and cool.
Yeah.
Because I keep getting we're God's children, and we can ask for whatever we want.
Yeah.
So this is, man, this taps into a really, I'm getting vibes to all my body now. Yeah.
So it doesn't actually send it. It just basically
tunes into the universal mind.
Exactly. The universal mind just does it, because the universal mind doesn't need to send energy anywhere, because it is everywhere.
Yeah, and he talks. That's how I can tell. That's why I'm saying all this stuff. I'm saying, cool. What is you have the geometric shapes? I know that these are the Platonic.
Platonic solids. Right?
Yeah, that's right. It's just to tap into sacred geometry, or?
Well, it's there's certain laws of manifestation and certain symbology. We're living in a world which we see. Language all around us, math all around us, imagery. Everything is a symbol of something.
Right.
And there is no truth in the world of duality.
Mm-hmm.
There are only symbols of truth.
Yeah.
So there are certain symbols of truth here that perform individually and as a collective of certain functions.
Right.
So each thing here has its place, and it's been meticulously gone over to make sure it is perfected in that sense. This device is actually, even though the average person can only see in 3 dimensions, if you can see greater dimensions, you'll see that there's more to this device than actually just height, width, and depth, right? So these dowels, even though these dowels are connected to what looks like nothing, physically that is, third dimensionally speaking, they are connected to something. The average person can just not see that 4th, 5th dimension to what it's connected to.
Well, I do see what looks like those circuit chips, microchips.
Mm.
What I see is like golden lines linking to I would say like a matrix. It looks like a matrix, and man, they are alive. That's all I can say. It's like
the board is alive.
Yeah, basically like there's an intelligence to it, I guess. But it's more than just a spiritual intelligence. It's almost not quite like when you say universal intelligence. To me, that captures the entire world. But it's almost like it's just a step now, so that you can interact with the 3D.
Mm-hmm.
So it does tap into universal intelligence. Yeah. Cool. Good stuff.
Yeah. So I would say that everything I've been working on for the past 5-6 years or so is sort of
getting to here,
accumulated to this.
Yeah,
right here.
Awesome. That's cool. Is there any use to that? Or
Yes. Okay. Yeah. These are. So as you can see, we'll start from here. I'll kind of
come
over here. Okay, so you got the neutralizer on.
Yeah.
You got neutralizer. This is the power source, which is like a vortex, just pulling energy in from different dimensions.
Right.
It goes through certain transformers. You got the ground. You got different circuitry. You got the neutralizer, which is is part of the circuitry as well. You get the stick pad, and you can see underneath the stick pad, you see the little wire sticking out there.
Yep.
So underneath the stick pad, there is certain circuitry, which is connecting with your super subconscious, which makes that direct link per se.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have the lock, which is connected to the stick pad, which we won't worry about that right now.
Okay.
It goes through certain filters and mathematical algorithms here.
Okay.
That's also connected to the intensity dial, which also has certain circuitry underneath. That is also connected to the compass, the quantum link dial, which is again is connected to everything else. That energy coming from the intensity dial goes into a crystal oscillator right here.
Oh, okay.
And that has some magnetic properties here, which go into the manifestation well, which is 8 different settings on there, which I won't get into right now. And that also goes to here, which connects the intensity and your desire both at the same time, which goes to manifestation well. Unfortunately, you can't see with the camera very well, but you've heard the old maxim, as above, so so below.
Yep.
So
triangular.
Yeah. So you can see how it says complete manifestation on the bottom.
Yep.
And over top of that, on the top of the other pyramid triangle, has green. So the opposite of red is green. Okay. The opposite of purple is yellow. And the opposite of orange is blue.
Oh, okay. The opposites. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then we have a little love in the middle there.
Yeah. You have this.
LOVE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I see.
And then and then you have the whole spectrum, which is from the different it's the different
colors.
Yeah, coloring spectrum from the lower chakras to higher chakras, and certain things are built in here that are keeping things in balance. So it's basically it's a gateway per se, a stargate to a different dimension of.
Do you you have minimum to full, right? Is there
that? Yeah, I've had to employ that because I put a desire on the pad to do certain things to myself, and when I had done that and I had it on full, the energies after about 15 minutes became way too powerful. I literally had to come back to my plate and turn it down to minimum, and now I'm just slowly inching my way up now. I'm slowly just working my way up to full, because at full it was way too much. It was like someone had slipped acid in my water. It was just just psychedelic action going on there, so I had to turn it down. But in my prototype I had numbers like 1 to 8 or 1 to 7 or whatever. However, I felt that numbers would limit the ability because it would lock.
Yeah, we see numbers and then we might lock into those numbers.
Exactly.
What it's supposed to do.
Yeah. So this is just whatever, right?
So like you're saying, I would start at 0, and then as I'm doing this, I would turn the dial.
Yeah.
Until I get locked, and then wherever it is. Yeah. That's where.
Exactly.
You get the link between the two.
And what I would also do is to make sure that, to build your intuition and to make sure that that's correct, is I'd feel that lock, okay? I'd feel where it locked, and then I'd keep on moving past that to see if it unlocks.
Oh, okay.
And keep on going around to see if it locks again at that same number on your second turn around.
Okay.
So that way that's where it should be.
Okay.
That's where it ought to be.
I see what you mean. Okay. Just to test whether we've locked it in, eh?
Yeah. So we'll do that again. Try that. Try right here. Some water. Now I'd put a little more pressure and just spin at a good rate, like a good 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm again locking at 20.
Okay, so keep on moving that.
Okay.
And change, and see if it unlocks, see if it becomes more slippery.
No, it's really tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
But keep on moving. Keep that moving. Keep those hands moving.
It doesn't want to go. Oh yeah, it's stuck.
Where?
100?
90?
Just about 100. I think 90.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now keep on going.
Okay.
And see if it unlocks. Like it becomes less and less as you move away from 90 or 100 or 20.
Man, it gets really tight.
Okay. So you want it to be loose until it gets tight.
Okay.
Meaning that the number you want it to stick on is one particular number.
Okay.
Anything other than that number, it should not stick.
It's definitely loose there. Really tight. Oh, loose. 150? Or is it?
You're 0.
0, no.
Okay. No, I mean 0 is fine. I mean 0 is zero
Yeah.
is one of these. Okay, so let me do it. I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
hold this. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna clear this right now, real quickly. Just make sure you're.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna clear this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, see if you can feel the difference between what I'm doing and what you did as far as the energy is
Okay.
concerned. Okay. So I'm gonna put this here. My intent is to put the energy of this light body activator into that water right there.
Okay.
Okay. So here's my hands. Okay. Start rubbing. I like to go counterclockwise, just personally. That's just my
Okay.
own preference. Okay. So I'm gonna start turning. Okay. I'm kind of like the, not really 45-degree, maybe 30-degree angle.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Keep turning. I feel really tight right here, about 60. Okay.
Okay.
So that's where I think the lock would be.
Okay.
But I'm gonna keep on turning, just to see if it loosens up. And yes, it does loosen up. It does loosen up. Again, tight. Okay, I'm not faking that tightness. Okay, it's really loose right now. Really loose. Tight.
Okay.
Okay.
See what you mean.
Okay. Now, I'll put this to full. I'm just gonna go to full again to see if me putting the full there, change that quantum link number.
Okay.
Okay. So just by a little bit. It's pretty much in the same range.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now see what we can feel coming from this. Now put your hand right here and see if you can start to feel the actual field expand around this.
Oh yeah, it's pushing.
Yeah, you can feel an actual,
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, it's pushing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely moving up.
Like it's the bottle's actually tingly. The bottle's has like
It's warm around here.
Yeah.
Still going up.
so the longer you keep it there, it's gonna keep on just pounding away at it. Like it's almost like there's a static wall around the bottle now. And okay. So you can also, it's almost like a bubble you can feel. So because this is tapped into the universal consciousness and your own super subconscious, which are one and the same, you can also use this as a dowsing device, which will allow you to ask questions, yes or no questions, right?
Yeah.
So like, let's take this off. Okay, I'll lock that in. Okay, now its energy's locked in there. Let's take that off. Put visualization on here, down there. Okay, there. So you can say, tell the universe, for a yes, I'd like a stick. For a no, I'd like a loose. Okay? Or you can do the opposite.
Okay.
Okay, but for me, typically a yes, just generally speaking, is slide, and a no is a stick for me.
Can I try and see?
Sure.
And see what it says. I'll try counterclockwise for no. Okay. And
No, it's not.
Oh.
No, it's either stick or not stick.
Oh, okay.
Direction is irrelevant.
So stick or not stick. So this is.
You ask your super subconscious.
Okay.
Okay, please give me a yes, and please give me a no. Okay, you'll either stick on one of them or the other.
Going this way is yes, and it sticks.
Okay.
And this is more,
Well,
I know it's more like a slide.
Okay, well, I mean, it may be.
Okay, I know what you mean. Slide on stick. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my. Okay, that's my yes.
Yes is a stick for you.
Yeah.
Okay, but so like keep on going.
Okay.
It's just keep on moving.
Yeah.
And say, give me a yes, and
Yes.
give me a no. Just keep on moving. Either one
Give
will
me a
just,
no.
one you'll be on.
Give me a no. Give me a yes.
Yes, sticks.
Yeah,
Okay,
sticks.
there you go. There's
Yeah.
your method.
Okay.
Now you can use that anywhere. And you could be at the grocery store and say, pick up a bottle of ketchup and say, is this ketchup beneficial for me? And rub, and it'll either be no, or you'll just keep on rubbing and be yes. Anywhere. And it works on almost any surface. Some surfaces, I found some woods, it's very difficult to get a stick on, but almost any magazine surface, anything with a little bit of traction, is you're able to do that on.
Okay. Gotcha.
Now your manifestations cannot include words like should, could, would, or any. Okay.
I should have asked it.
Okay. Because that's an opinion.
Okay.
It has to be a fact, like a yes or no. Sometimes you'll get not really a stick, sort of a semi-stick. That means that the question was not clear enough,
Okay.
or it's a yes or no depending on other factors that you've not mentioned yet. You know, like a perhaps, depending upon. Also, when you're manifesting, you must manifest in now time. You can't say, I want this and that to happen on Saturday.
So it's just now.
Now, there's only now. So you can't say on Saturday, because it'll always be on Saturday. Saturday's not now. Saturday is like a fiction. Okay. I want this to happen, in 1 week. Well, 1 week will always be 1 week away. It will never be now.
Okay. So when I ask for manifestation, it's now.
Yes.
Okay.
Now time.
And then basically it's just said it, so it's now.
Yes.
Now,
Continue
now,
one.
now,
Yeah.
now.
One continual now.
So there's no, like, I shouldn't set a date.
No.
For it. Okay.
I mean, you can play around with that. However, in my experience, the nows are now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The universe doesn't recognize time the way we do. Even like an ant or a beetle on the ground, time, 1 week for them is completely different than it is for us, right? So what is a week?
All right. Cool.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't ask questions. I wouldn't put something on there that says, manifest something that's good for me, because good is an opinion.
Okay.
Beneficial is the word I would use. Because beneficial is, it's a pretty certain what beneficial is. Okay.
Right.
But good is what's good.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
I would always ask for someone's permission, especially if they're not part of your family.
Okay.
And before doing any sort of work with them or whatever, right? Sending some prayer energy. You might want to ask yourself internally. Is that correct? Is that needed at this time, or is that in alignment with the universe at this time?
Okay. So permission, and is it in alignment with the universal? With
the divine, source or whatever. I one of the first things I thought about doing with this is changing the energies of the radiation from Japan. And that's one of the first things I thought. Well, I'm going to go and just change all the radiation.
Right.
However, I clearly got a signal to not do that.
Okay.
And I swear to you, I was told not to. That's me, though.
Right.
I mean, someone else could get a different answer. Yes, do that. You know what I mean?
Now it's beginning to know my hand, I think. Or I'm beginning to know it. Because I asked for a no, give me a yes. Oh, yeah, it sticks.
So what are you getting?
I'm just
talking. Talking to someone.
Yeah. Basically getting.
Okay. So I'm not sure the reason why, but I'll tell you something really interesting though.
Okay.
When I had made this image right here, this actually came out and expanded and went over to Japan.
Wow.
And it's sitting there right now, rotating over it.
Wow. Sweet.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's something that's going on beyond our three-dimensional,
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
So
perception of what's going on there, which is what I got too. Like something's unfolding that we usually question why me, and that kind of stuff. And then what I got was, you know what, the benefit may be generations or whatever, right? So that goes beyond just today, this year, maybe even 10 years.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But in the instant of now, obviously people feel the pain, and what I encourage is like, ease the pain, man. But we can't change something overnight. Even though we think it's what we need at this time, it may not be for our better good.
Yeah.
So I would say, you know what, sometimes when you're caught in a situation, that's all you see.
Yeah.
But if you're in a helicopter, you say, this guy's coming. We have help coming here.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
but if you start to do stuff, it's gonna stop them. It's gonna just realign everything.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So I always tell you, take a more helicopter view. Take a breath, climb up there, and it's cool, man.
Yeah. Everything's in motion already.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Nothing stays still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So you can use this to, charge crystals, put crystals on here, just super. I mean, you can program crystals like no tomorrow on this thing. Like, I mean, super intense. You can clear items, put your food on on the small one, put your food on there. Bless the food, and the food will be blessed like thousands of times more powerful than without the plate.
So this is connected with this right now?
No. That's separate. That's like a separate unit.
Okay.
It's not connected to the main motherboard.
Okay. But you're saying it comes together, right? So does it?
It does. If you were to purchase this, you get that with that.
Okay. Yeah.
However, some people don't want the big board; they just want the small board, so it is available as well as small board.
Yes.
Just like the.
So I can actually do something else with this.
So you have the small version of the manifestation plate, you have the small version of the light body activator, and you have a small version of the amplifier. Now these three work in conjunction with each other: the manifestation plate, the amplifier, and the light body activator. This is like the trifecta. It just completes a circuit of just awesome energy. I would recommend for anyone who's serious to have all three. Not that it's necessary, it's just what I would recommend. And the amplifier amplifies your signal like insane. And I think you did it before. You can actually put one amplifier underneath you in a chair and one above your head. And whatever you're doing here, whatever signal you have on here bounces back and forth to incredible degree. People can literally feel their bodies vibrating, like seriously. It's quite amazing. Or put one of the light body activators above your head, or a couple of them, one above and one below, or one beside you, facing you, and another one on the other side of you. So you're like in the middle of that.
Right.
It's quite remarkable. So yeah, definitely, the three are amazing. It's not necessary though. It definitely adds to it. There's no doubt about it.
Well, I'm gonna get this for now and play around with it, and then once my energy catches up with this, I'm probably gonna expand on that, because it's sometimes like trying something new, right? So you wanna baby steps with it. So this is like the energy is pretty strong, and I'm feeling it. I'm syncing it, but I wanna play with it and see how much more I can raise this, and then once I'm ready for it, I'll probably jump on board.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for your feedback. I appreciate it.
No worries, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.